With a show of hands, how many of you remember the last time a restaurant impressed you with a great experience? Yeah, that's everybody, perfect. Now consider if it was the food, the ambiance, or the service that made that impression on you. For me, it has always been the ambiance. Ever since I was a kid, I loved going out to eat because it reminded me of stepping into a different world. I currently have different experiences in restaurants, and I did a lot of research on the topic. I believe the diverse landscape of restaurants influence how customers perceive value, and within this complexity, restaurant managers must serve a role in both orchestrating overall customer experience and performance of the establishment. In my presentation today, I will inform you about different restaurant settings, the way customers perceive experiences, as well as how restaurant managers execute their role. So these photos right here are going to be presenting how different restaurant settings serve their different customers. For my first point, I want to explain about restaurants. So restaurants are establishments that prepare and provide food for their customers. During my research on the Journal of Hospitality and Tourism, I found that restaurants are one of 6 major industries within the hospitality tourism, and they are projected to keep growing. So for fast food restaurants are one of the fastest growing industries, and this is due to the average consumer working multiple jobs, having demanding family obligations, and a hectic schedule. These customers are exactly who fast food restaurants cater to because they prepare their food quickly and affordably. Now, they further promote efficiency with drive-thrus and limited menu items, and all these things separate them from full-service dining. Now, full-service restaurants provide weighted tables, more variety, and can be separated in casual or fine dining. According to an article by Dworsky, fine dining is defined as having a level of sophistication, a formal atmosphere, as well as higher quality menu items and higher price points. Many people come together to celebrate at full-service restaurants because they can really focus on what is significant, and that is experiencing the moment. Now, the qualities of materials provided by restaurants provide an experience for their customers, and this does start with how their menus are presented. So on the tables, I have brought 2 separate examples of different restaurants and how they would look and the quality of them. My second point is how restaurant managers must generate enjoyment by influencing customer experiences. A restaurant impacts a customer's experience by controlling their environment. There are different elements such as food quality, service, and ambiance which affect overall dining. A 2012 research conducted by Wong discovered that customers they tested viewed the quality of the restaurant based on 4 qualifications. However, it was the perceived value of the customers themselves, of the restaurant attractiveness, that determined if they will return. So what this means is that the study demonstrates how good environments do promote restaurant value and return business. And since restaurants aren't selling tangible services, they depend on emotions and experiences to satisfy their customers. This is done by appealing to their 5 senses. When customers are fully immersed during dinner, this creates both satisfaction and positive emotions. Research conducted by Phillips and Baumgartner in 2002 hypothesized that positive emotions promote positive satisfaction and vice versa. And their results supported their hypothesis. Therefore, food, ambiance, and service all play a role within restaurants in affecting customer emotions. Managers also need to be presentable when they interact with their guests. So today my uniform basically is going to be an all black attire and with a button down, dress pants, and importantly non-slip shoes as you're walking in the kitchen. My last point explains how restaurant managers are important because they handle the day-to-day operations of running a restaurant. In my experience, it is important to have communication, adaptability, and leadership skills. A big portion of a manager's day is working with different people. It goes from third-party vendors to customers to front-of-house employees like servers, bartenders, and hosts to back-of-house employees like kitchen managers, dishwashers, and cooks. Every day is different. So I remember this one time when our entire network system went offline, and that means there's no music, there's no way to get orders to the kitchen, and there was no way to process any credit card payments. So my solution was that I had to go ahead and turn on TVs to create an ambiance, and then I had to handwrite all my orders to the kitchen for both dine-in and takeout. And then lastly, I had to go to each individual customer and explain to them why we could only take cash payments. So in the end, we survived it. It was great. But in the moment, I had to adapt quickly, think as a leader, and then I had to ensure that all the customers were being taken care of, because at the end of the day, I had to make sure the business continued. In conclusion, there are many different types of restaurant settings, but they all serve one goal, which is to create experiences for their customers through their environment. Simultaneously, restaurant managers play an important role because their skills maintain the day-to-day operations of the business. Finally, I will leave you with a question. Since you now understand how restaurants control their environment, how did your favorite restaurant ensure your return, and is there anything that you would change?